Listen. Quiet your thoughts for just a moment and listen. Can you feel it? A shift in the air, a hum beneath the noise of your world, a tension in the final minute before midnight. This is not the ticking of a clock you feel. It is the turning of an age. My name is Hildegard, and I have been silent for centuries, a voice resting in the heart of eternity. But I have been awakened. I have been sent to you at this precise moment because the clock of creation has struck 11:59 p.m., and there is something you must know. A final warning that is also a final invitation. It is a message about you. If this message has already touched your heart, like this video, subscribe and comment with the word prophecy. You are not here by accident. You were guided to this exact place at this exact time to hear what comes next. You have walked through your life feeling as if there is a thin VU between you and the world, have you not? A subtle film that separates you from true feeling, true connection, true purpose. You see the shadows of things, you hear the echoes of joy, but the substance always feels just out of reach. You have searched for answers in books, in the words of others, in the fleeting distractions of a world desperate to keep you looking away. But you have never looked in the one place where the answer has been waiting. You have never looked within, where the divine light has been patiently, lovingly waiting to be acknowledged. This message is not a relic of the past. It is a living key, forged in the fires of divine revelation, and it has been brought here to unlock a door inside of you, a door you may not even know exists. Behind that door is everything you have ever longed for, a sense of belonging, a profound understanding of your own power, and a direct connection to the source of all life. But the time to use this key is running out. The final minute is passing. The world is holding its breath, waiting for your decision. Many will dismiss these words. They will call them fanciful or frightening, and they will turn away, pulling the comfortable blanket of distraction back over their heads. Their fear is a cage of their own making. But you are different. The fact that you are still listening, that your heart is beating a little faster, that a sense of recognition is dawning within you, this is the sign that you are one of the ones who is meant to awaken. I was once a simple woman, frail and small, overlooked by the world. But the living light poured itself into me. It showed me wonders beyond human comprehension. It showed me the secret workings of the cosmos, the symphony of creation, and the intricate tapestry of human souls. It showed me the past, the present, and the possible futures. And in the twilight of this age, it showed me a vision specifically for those who would be alive at this turning point. It showed me you. It showed me the choice standing before you, a choice that will determine the course of not only your life, but the vibration of the world to come. Do not think for a moment this is about fear. This is not a prophecy of doom, it is a prophecy of becoming. The warning is this: you are standing on the precipice of the greatest spiritual transformation of your life, but you can miss it. You can sleep through the dawn. You can mistake the birth pangs of a new reality for the death throes of the old one and allow yourself to be dragged down with it. The warning is about the cost of inaction. It is about the tragedy of a soul that was meant to fly, choosing to remain in the cage simply because the door was too frightening to open. The knowledge I am about to share is sacred, it is powerful, and it must be approached with reverence. Prepare your heart. The path ahead is one of deep feeling, of intense revelation, and of profound change. Everything you thought you knew about yourself and your place in the universe is about to be challenged. But what exactly did she see? And why has this vision returned now? Part 2. A direct call to the heart, approximately 1,000 words. Before I reveal the vision, I must speak directly to your heart, not to your mind with its endless questions and doubts, but to that sacred silent space within your chest. I see you. I see the nights you have spent staring at the ceiling, feeling an ache so deep you could not name it. A holy homesickness for a place you have never been. I see the smiles you wear like a mask to hide the weariness in your soul. I see the moments you have felt utterly alone, a stranger in a world that does not speak your language. You have felt like a forgotten note in a grand symphony, a whispered word that no one ever heard. You have prayed, you have pleaded, you have cried out into the great silencio, and have often been met with what feels like more silence. You have asked, where are you? Do you see me? Does any of this matter? And the perceived emptiness that answered you has chipped away at your faith, leaving you feeling adrift, unmoored in a sea of cosmic indifference. You have begun to believe that you are meant to walk this path alone, that your struggles are yours to bear in solitude. But what if I told you that the silence was not empty? What if I told you it was the space where the divine was leaning in so closely to listen that its breath became the quiet itself? What if I told you that every tear you shed was collected as a precious gem, and every unspoken prayer was heard as a deafening roar in the courts of heaven? The universe has not been ignoring you. It has been waiting for you. It has been waiting for you to become quiet enough, still enough to finally hear its reply. The pain you have endured has not been a punishment. It has been a preparation. It has hollowed you out, carving sacred space within you, so that something new, something holy could be poured in. Every moment of despair was an invitation to surrender. Every heartbreak was an opportunity for your heart to break open, to expand its capacity for love. The world teaches you to fear emptiness, to fill every moment with noise, with tasks, with thoughts, but the divine works in the quiet places, in the holy voids. Your loneliness was not a sign of abandonment. It was the creation of a sanctuary inside of you, a temple where you could finally meet your Creator. Do you feel the truth in these words? It is not a truth you can analyze. It is one you must feel. It resonates in your bones, in the very marrow of your being. It is the feeling of coming home. This is your moment to reclaim your story, to see your suffering not as a chain but as the forging of a key. Now, I want you to make a conscious choice, a declaration to the universe that you are ready. Write in the comments, "I choose the light." Let this be your first act of turning, your first step out of the shadows and into the dawn that awaits you. You have been told you are small. You have been told you are powerless. You have been told that your voice does not matter. These are the great lies of the fading age, whispered by the shadows to keep you from realizing your own magnificence. You are a fractal of the divine. You are a universe in miniature. There is a living star inside your chest, and its light is powerful enough to shatter any darkness. The ache you feel is the yearning of that star to finally shine, to burst forth and reclaim its place in the cosmos. You have waited. You have endured. You have been refined in the fires of sorrow, and now you are ready. You are ready to understand why. You are ready to see what I have seen. The time for waiting is over. The time for questions has passed. Now is the time for revelation. The silence you have lived in was the sacred ground where the seed of this moment was planted. And it was in that very silence, the one you feared, that Hildegard received the vision meant for you. Part 3. The Vision of Saint Hildegard. Approximately 900 words. Now, come with me. Step out of your room, out of your time, and into the space of vision. See what I saw. Imagine a darkness. Not the comforting darkness of a peaceful night, but a heavy, oppressive darkness of forgetting. It was a world shrouded in a thick grey mist, where people walked past each other without seeing, their eyes open but their souls asleep. They were busy, so very busy, building towers of sand and chasing whispers of smoke, all while their inner light grew dimmer and dimmer, starved of attention, starved of love. They had forgotten the sun. They had forgotten the stars. They had forgotten the language of their own hearts. And in this world of profound spiritual slumber, a deep and sorrowful hum vibrated through the very soil, the cry of a world that had lost its way. Is this world not familiar to you? Have you not felt the edges of this same mist in your own life, in the world around you? Then it began. At first it was imperceptible. A single point of luz appeared in the heart of the darkness. It was not a violent light, not an explosion. It was gentle, patient, yet utterly unyielding. It did not banish the darkness, but pierced it. It was a single candle in an infinite cavern, and yet its presence changed everything. It was a reminder that even in the deepest shadow, light persists. That light, I was shown, was a soul that had chosen to remember, a soul like yours. Then another point of light appeared, and another, and another. Across the sleeping world, small flames began to awaken in the hearts of individuals. They were the ones who had grown tired of the shadows, the ones who had heard the distant call of home, the ones who had dared to believe that there was something more. They were the forgotten ones, the sensitive ones, the quiet warriors of the spirit. And as these lights began to dot the globe, a sound began to build. It was not a sound for the ears, but for the soul. It was the echo of a great trombeta, a celestial tone that did not shatter the silence, but vibrated within it. This trumpet call was not a declaration of war or judgment. It was a sound of awakening, a divine frequency sent out to resonate with the dormant light within each soul, calling it to life. It was a sound that said, "Awake, sleeper, remember who you are." As the trumpet's call grew stronger, the small lights began to pulse in unison, to grow brighter, to burn away the mist around them. And the people carrying this light, they began to see each other for the first time. They recognized the same flame in another's eyes. Across vast distances, they found one another, not through words, but through this shared resonance of the soul. A new family was being formed, a family of light, a network of awakened hearts that would form the foundation of the world to come. This is the vision. It is not about a single savior descending from the clouds. It is about the divine awakening within humanity itself. It is about you. You are one of those points of light. The longing in your heart, the feeling of being different. This is the dormant flame waiting for the trumpet's call. This message, these words, this is that call, echoing across the centuries to find you now. What I would see next, the specifics of the path unfolding, could only be revealed later when the time was right. But the vision was not without its warning, for as the lights grew brighter, the shadows grew deeper and more desperate. The forces of forgetting, of slumber, they do not yield easily. They saw this awakening not as a beautiful dawn, but as a threat to their very existence, and they began to fight back, not with armies, but with whispers of fear, with illusions of division, with promises of empty comfort. What was at stake in that vision was far greater than she, or you, could have ever imagined. Part 4. What is at risk? Approximately 900 words. You must understand what is truly at stake. This is not a battle for land or for power in the worldly sense. It is a battle for the soul of humanity. It is a battle for the memory of who you are. The vision continued, and I was shown the source of the mist, the root of the great forgetting. I saw it as a strange and hungry fogo, not the sacred fire that purifies and transforms, but a cold, gray fire that consumes. It was a fire of endless distraction, of hollow ambition, of fear masquerading as practicality. This fire did not burn brightly. It smoldered. It crept along the roots of the great world tree, the tree that connects the heavens and the earth, the tree that represents our collective connection to the divine source. It did not burn the trunk or the branches in a spectacular blaze. It was more insidious than that. It slowly, quietly scorched the roots, cutting off the tree's nourishment, causing the leaves to wither and fall one by one, without anyone noticing the true cause of the decay. Each time a person chooses distraction over stillness, they feed this fire. Each time they choose fear over love, they give it fuel. Each time they believe the lie of their own smallness and separation, the fire spreads, creeping further along the sacred roots that connect us all. The great risk is not a sudden apocalypse, but a gradual fading into gray, a slow, silent forgetting of our own light, until all that is left is the empty hum of a machine world, a world without magic, without mystery, without God. Look at your own life, honestly, and without judgment. Where has this cold fire touched you? Are there dreams you have abandoned because they seemed impractical? That was the fire. Is there a creative impulse, a song in your heart you have silenced because you feared what others would think? That was the fire. Do you scroll through endless images and stories of other people's lives, feeling a sense of emptiness and comparison, while your own unique divine life waits to be lived? That is the smoldering of the gray fire, consuming your precious moments, your sacred life force. This is the great danger. It is the spiritual pandemic of our time, a loss of meaning, a disconnection from the source. The towers of sand people are building are their careers without purpose, their relationships without true intimacy, their accumulation of things that can never fill the void in their souls. And as the roots burn, the tree weakens, and the world becomes more susceptible to the winds of chaos and despair. But you have a choice. You are a guardian of the tree. Your own heart is a part of its root system. By choosing to turn inward, by choosing to cultivate your own light, you do more than just save yourself. You send living water to the roots. You starve the cold fire. You help to heal the entire world. Do not underestimate the power of one awakened soul. One heart burning with divine love is more powerful than an entire army of shadows. One person living in their truth can reignite the truth in 1,000 others. This is why this message is so urgent. The fire is spreading. The time of easy choices is over. Now I ask you to take another action. Share this video with someone who needs to open their eyes right now. Do not preach to them. Simply offer it as a gift. The message will find the heart that is ready to hear it. You are a lamplighter. It is time to share your flame. We cannot let this cold fire consume the garden we were meant to cultivate. Before this fire can spread, you must do something simple, yet profound. You must stop, just for a moment. Part 5. A symbolic ritual of connection. Approximately 900 words. Now we will put this knowledge into practice. Words can only take us so far. It is time for experience. It is time to feel the truth of what I am saying. If you are able, find a place where you can be undisturbed for just a few minutes. If you are driving or unable to do so, simply bring your awareness inward to the quiet space behind your eyes. Your intention is all that matters. I invite you now to gently close your eyes. Let go of the world around you. Let the sounds fade into the background. Let the worries of your day dissolve for this sacred moment. You are safe. You are held. You are in a holy space. Bring your attention to your breath. Do not try to change it. Simply observe it. Observe the gentle rise and fall of your chest. With each inhalation, imagine you are breathing in pure golden light. See it filling your lungs, your bloodstream, your very cells. With each exhalation, imagine you are releasing all that is old and heavy. Breathe out the fear, breathe out the doubt, breathe out the weariness, in with the light, out with the shadows. Just be with this rhythm for a moment. This is the rhythm of life, the tide of the universe flowing through you. Now I want you to take your hand and place it over the center of your chest. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the gentle, steady beat of your heart beneath your palm. This is not just a muscle pumping blood. This is the drumbeat of your soul. This is the rhythm of your unique life song. For a moment, just feel it. Acknowledge it. Honor it. This heartbeat has been with you every second of your existence, a faithful companion on your journey. It is a testament to the life that flows through you, a gift of unimaginable grace. Feel the connection between your hand and your heart. You are acknowledging yourself. You are coming home to your own body, to your own sacred center, and in this quiet, in this stillness, I want you to listen. Listen past the chatter of your mind. Listen past the echoes of fear and criticism. Listen deeper, deeper still. Beneath all the noise the world has placed within you, there is a gentle, knowing presence. There is a voz. This voice does not shout, it whispers. It does not speak in words, but in feelings, in knowing. It is the voice of your own soul, your higher self, your direct line to the divine. It is the voice that has been trying to guide you your entire life. It is the voice that nudges you away from danger and pulls you toward your true path. You have heard it before in moments of intuition, in sudden flashes of inspiration, in the quiet ache of knowing you were meant for more. Right now, in this moment of connection, that voice is present. You do not need to strain to hear it. You only need to allow it to be heard. Give it permission to rise. And now, to anchor this experience, to make it real in your being, I want you to repeat these words, either aloud or in the sanctuary of your heart. I hear the voice. Say it with conviction. I hear the voice. Feel the truth of it resonate through you. You are not deaf. You were simply taught to listen to other things, but today, you remember how to listen to the truth. Take one more deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly open your eyes. Carry this feeling with you. You have just performed a sacred act. You have re-established a connection that the world tries desperately to sever. You have touched the eternal within you. Now that you have felt this connection, you must decide what to do with it. Part 6. The voice that echoes beyond time. Approximately 900 words. What you just experienced was not an illusion. It was not a trick of the mind. It was a taste of reality. The voice you heard, the stillness you felt, that is more real than the anxieties and distractions that so often fill your day. I am not a special or unique messenger. I was simply a woman who learned to live in that stillness, who learned to tune her life to the frequency of that divine voice. And that is all that is being asked of you. This voice did not begin with me, and it will not end with you. It is the voice of the living light itself, echoing through creation, speaking through any heart that is open enough to listen. It spoke through the prophets of old. It sings in the poetry of the mystics. It whispers in the silence between the notes of a beautiful piece of music. It is the wisdom in the eyes of an old tree and the unbridled joy in a child's laughter. It is all around you, and it is within you, always. Your task now is not to search for this voice, but to remove the barriers you have built against it. What are these barriers? They are the belief that you are not worthy to hear it. They are the fear of what it might ask you to do. They are the endless noise of a culture that tells you to trust the experts, the influencers, the talking heads on a screen, anyone but the divine wisdom residing in your own heart. Every day, you are presented with a choice. Will you tune into the frequency of fear, broadcasted 24/7 by the world, or will you tune into the frequency of love, which whispers eternally from the center of your being? The world's frequency is loud, chaotic, and demanding. It drains your energy and leaves you feeling anxious and small. The divine frequency is quiet, harmonious, and peaceful. It replenishes your energy and reminds you of your infinite nature. Which one will you choose to be your soundtrack? Which one will you allow to inform your thoughts, your words, and your actions? This is the most important decision you will make, moment by moment, every single day. The more you choose to listen to the inner voice, the stronger it will become, the easier it will be to hear. It is like a muscle. At first, it may feel weak and uncertain, but with consistent practice, it will become your unerring guide, your constant source of strength and clarity. Perhaps you feel overwhelmed. Perhaps you think, how can I hear this voice with all the noise in my life? Start small. Begin your day with 5 minutes of silence before you reach for your phone. Take a walk in nature and simply listen, without headphones, without distraction. Before making a decision, pause, place a hand on your heart and ask, what does love guide me to do here? You do not need to retreat to a monastery. You can turn your life into a living monastery, a sacred space where the divine is always welcome. This path is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming present. It is about learning to be with yourself in all your glorious imperfection and loving what you find there. For within that imperfection is the seed of divine light waiting to grow. If you feel that something in this section spoke directly to your heart, I invite you to come back and listen to this part again whenever you feel lost or disconnected. Let these words be an anchor, reminding you of the truth you felt in our ritual. The voice is patient. It will never force itself upon you. It waits for your invitation. It waits for you to choose it. You have felt its presence. You now know it is real. The question is no longer, is anyone there? The question is, will I listen? But there is something that only you can decide right now in this turning of the age. Part 7, the moment of choice, approximately 1,000 words. We arrive now at the heart of the matter, the very center of the 11:59 warning. You have seen the vision of the awakening lights. You have felt the threat of the cold fire. You have reconnected with the divine voice within you. And now you stand at a crossroads. Before you, a portal is shimmering. It is a gateway between two worlds, two timelines, two possible futures for you and for humanity. One path leads back to the world of sleep. It is the familiar path. The road is paved, the signs are clear, and everyone else seems to be walking it. It offers comfort, predictability, and the approval of the crowd. But it is a path that leads downhill, into the deepening gray mist where the cold fire consumes the roots, and the soul slowly, painlessly, forgets the sun. To choose this path, you need to do nothing. You simply need to let the inertia of your old life carry you forward. You just have to forget this moment, dismiss this message, and go back to sleep. The other path leads through the portal. It is a path of light, yes, but it is not an easy one. It is a path that winds uphill, into the unknown. It is a path you must walk with faith, not with sight. To choose this path is to choose to be different. It is to choose to disappoint people who do not understand. It is to choose to let go of everything that is not aligned with your soul's truth. Habits, relationships, jobs, beliefs. It is the path of the spiritual warrior, the path of the heart, and it is a path that can feel, at times, very lonely. But this path, this glorious and challenging path, is the one that leads to true life. It is the path where you will find your true family of light. It is the path where you will remember your power and your purpose. It is the path where your heart will break open, not from sorrow, but from an overwhelming influx of love. It is the path that leads to the dawn of a new earth, an earth rebuilt on the foundations of love, connection, and divine truth. The final call of the trompeter is sounding now in your own heart. It is not a sound of doom. It is the sound of a choice being presented. The portal will not remain open forever. The energy of this unique cosmic moment, this 11:59 of the age, is concentrating to give you the momentum you need to make the leap. But the moment will pass. The choice is yours, and it is yours alone. No one can make it for you, not me, not your family, not your friends. What will it be? The comfortable anesthesia of sleep or the exhilarating, terrifying, beautiful pangs of rebirth? Will you be a caretaker of the old, dying world, or a midwife for the new one that is struggling to be born? There is no right or wrong answer in the cosmic sense. There is only your choice and its consequences. But I was sent to tell you this. Your soul is aching for you to choose the light. It is crying out for you to be brave, to take the leap, to come home. Feel into your heart right now. What does it say? Don't think. Feel. The mind will give you 1,000 reasons to stay safe and small. The heart has only one reason to leap. It is the path of love. It is the path of life. If you feel this choice resonating within you, if you feel the call to step through the portal, then share this message. This is how you cast your vote. Sharing this is not just about spreading a video. It is a declaration of your intent. It is you holding up your candle in the darkness and saying, I am here, I am awake, I am ready. And your light will be a beacon for others who are still searching for the path. The choice is now. The moment is here. And that is why the next part of the vision, the part that comes after the choice, changed everything. Part 8, Light After the Veil, approximately 1,100 words. For those who choose the path of the heart, for those who bravely step through the portal, the vision I was shown next is a promise. It is the divine assurance that you will not be abandoned, that your courage will be rewarded 1,000-fold. The moment you make the choice, the moment you commit your life to the light, something miraculous happens. The VAU of separation, the one you have felt your entire life, it does not just thin, it dissolves. For the first time, you will see the world as it truly is, radiant, alive, and shimmering with divine intelligence. You will see the light in the trees, the wisdom in the stones, the love in the eyes of strangers. You will see that you were never, ever alone. The spiritual world, the angels and guides, the presence of God itself, which once felt so distant, you will now feel as a constant and intimate presence. You will realize that heaven is not a place you go to when you die, but a state of consciousness you can inhabit right now. And you will be flooded with a luz so profound, so loving, that it will feel like a divine abbraccio. This is not just a poetic metaphor. It is a tangible experience. It is the embrace of the divine mother and father, welcoming their beloved child home. In this embrace, all your old wounds are healed. All your fears are washed away. All your feelings of unworthiness are dissolved in an ocean of unconditional love. You will finally understand, not in your mind but in every cell of your being, that you are infinitely loved, exactly as you are. This embrace is your spiritual inheritance. It is your birthright. It is the reality that has been waiting for you, just on the other side of your fear, the risk of the cold fire, the sorrow of the sleeping world. These things will not vanish overnight, but they will no longer have power over you. You will see them not as terrifying threats, but as the shadows that prove the existence of the light. You will walk through the changing world not in fear, but as a pillar of peace, an anchor of the new reality. Your life will begin to reorganize itself around your new frequency. People and situations that are not in alignment with your path will gently fall away, and new people, your soul family, will be drawn to you as if by a magnetic force. You will find your tribe, the other points of light, and together your flames will create a bonfire of transformation that will illuminate the world. Your purpose will become clear. It will not be a grand, complicated mission. It will be simple, to be yourself, to be a vessel for the love and light that flows through you, and to share it in whatever way brings you joy. Does this sound too good to be true? The mind, conditioned by the gray world, will say so. But your heart, your soul, knows it is the truth. This is the reality you have been homesick for. This is the promise that has kept your hope alive through all the dark nights of the soul. This is not a fantasy. This is your destiny, should you choose to claim it. You are at the end of a long exile. You are a royal child who has forgotten their lineage, living as a pauper in a far-off land. This message is the royal decree, delivered to you at the final hour, calling you back to your kingdom. The journey home requires only one step, the step of choice. If you have listened this far, if you have felt the truth in these words resonate in your soul, then your heart has already made its choice. You are a child of the dawn. If you have come this far with me, I want you to honor your own endurance and commitment. Write in the comments, "I will go to the end." This is a promise to yourself, a promise to see this journey through to its glorious conclusion. And if you have reached this point, if you have felt the call and are ready for the embrace that waits for you, then you must hear the final whisper from the vision. Part 9. Prophetic closing and hook for the next video, approximately 1,000 words. The final image I was shown was not one of epic battles or cataclysmic events. It was quiet, intimate, and profoundly beautiful. I saw a garden at dawn. The air was cool and fresh, filled with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. The long night was over, and walking in this garden were the ones who had chosen the light. They were not glowing with an otherworldly aura or performing grand miracles. They were simply present. They were peaceful. They were whole. Their faces, once etched with the anxiety and weariness of the old world, were now serene and filled with a quiet joy. They were tending to the garden, planting new seeds, watering the roots of the world tree, which was now vibrant and healthy, its leaves shimmering with dew. They were building the new world, not with struggle and strife, but with love, cooperation, and joyful service. This is the promise. Not an escape from the world, but the renascimento of the world through you. Let this final message be a prayer, a blessing upon you. May you have the courage to hear the voice in the silence. May you have the strength to turn away from the cold fire of distraction. May you have the faith to step through the portal of the unknown. May you feel the divine embrace that is waiting to heal and restore you. May you recognize the other points of light and join with them in joyful community. And may you walk as a peaceful warrior of love in the dawning of this new age. The time of 11:59 p.m. is not an end. It is a beginning. It is the moment of conception for a new reality. You are not just a witness to this birth, you are a co-creator of it. Every loving thought you think, every kind word you speak, every compassionate action you take is a fiber being woven into the fabric of the new earth. Do not think your contribution is too small. The ocean is made of single drops. The dawn is made of single rays of light. You are that ray of light. Your journey is just beginning. The path ahead will hold challenges, yes, but you will now face them with a new awareness and an unshakable inner connection. You are never alone. The voice is always with you. The light is always within you. Trust it, nurture it, let it guide you, and watch as your life blossoms in ways you cannot yet imagine. The warning has been given. The invitation has been extended. The choice has been illuminated. The promise has been shared. Go forth now, not in fear of the time running out, but in joyful anticipation of the new day that is breaking. Be the dawn. But Hildegard's message is not over. The vision did not end here. What I have shared with you is the story of the choice. But what happens after the choice? What does the new world look like? What are the new gifts and the new challenges that await the awakened soul? The vision continued, and it revealed the blueprint for living in the new reality, the secrets of the heart-centered consciousness that will define the coming age. But Hildegard has not yet said everything. What comes next will be even greater.